Hi. Good morning everyone. So today is super sunny and hot, and I am going to be taking you with me on my morning as I prep my granola, have a cup of tea, sit outside, and yeah, just like prep for the day and the food I'm going to be eating. What am I talking about? So be prepared to enjoy some lovely sounds of nature and birds. I'm also going to be talking about the book I've been reading, Wim Hof, and talking about him and all the wonderful things that I've learned already from reading that book. And yeah, let's do this. Also, if you are new to my channel, please like this video if you actually like it, and subscribe if you haven't already, because it really helps my channel to grow. Thank you. So for breakfast this morning, I'm having some homemade granola. The recipe for this you can find below and linked above. I absolutely love having this for breakfast because I can just load it with so many fruits and goodness sauces. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. So I've added cacao nibs onto this. I'm just washing some blueberries and then chucking them on as well. Got some raspberries going in there, some chopped strawberries, also some banana, and also some amazing super tropical and super delicious passion fruit as well. I also like to add in some raisins for some extra sweetness and a little dash of maple syrup. And then I top all of this off with some coconut yogurt. I like to use Coconut Collaborative. And then I modge it all around into a big mess and I leave it to sit for about an hour. And I feel like this is a tip for any granola. Leave it to sit for a good hour and it will be amazing, trust me. Then I'm off to water my plants. This one's been having a bath and now has fully soaked overnight. There we are. Such a beautiful day. And then pick an angel card or an oracle card for the day. I absolutely love these ones. These are my Ascended Master cards, and I really love to just take some time, feel the energy of the cards and how I'm feeling on the day, and just pull a card. They're really positive, they're really lovely, they only have wonderful, loving messages on there, and I just like to relate it back to whatever I'm going through in my life at that time. And you can see these cards come with this little book, which just gives a further explanation about what the card could potentially mean for you. And obviously you can take it to mean whatever you like. I just really love it. It's like a really nice positive message to start my day. And it's also a really easy way to connect to whatever higher power you believe in and take some time to reflect. Then the next super exciting activity is doing the washing up and catching up on the washing up from the night before. Once that's all done, I like to sit outside. So I'm taking my tea and my granola, which is now sat on the side for about an hour, just soaking in that coconut yogurt, and just connect into the earth, listen to the birds, and just start my day right. Pretty cloudy. The sun is coming out slowly but surely. I'm really feeling called right now more than ever to do more and more yoga. I really just find that doing like 5 or 10 minutes a few times a day is just really wonderful, particularly because I'm working sat at my desk all day. I really find that it helps me to just like stretch my body and feel so much better. So I'd encourage anybody to give it a go. If, like me, you sit on your ass all day at work like I do, I find this particular back stretch is absolute bliss. It is so amazing and it feels so good just to get your back mobile after sitting all day. I am not a certified yoga teacher just yet, so obviously make sure you're seeking the guidance and support that you need in order to get the most out of this posture. But any back twists I find are really restorative and help me keep my back in great shape. So it is super hot outside today, to the point where I've literally like burnt my shoulders. So I've just come in and slathered myself in this beautiful stuff, which is the sun cream that I use from Spa Magic, and it has been in my cupboard for a good year since I last used it, given that we've had a nice British winter that's lasted until about a week ago. And this sun cream is vegan, it is natural, sustainable, got all the good things in it, and I just recently did a video on all the amazing products I use by Spa Magic, so check it out below. Now that I'm creamed up, I'm gonna go back outside and tidy up the leaves. It's very glamorous life. Now it's time to read my wonderful new Wim Hof book. So for lunch today, I'm gonna be enjoying this fantastic salad. I love a good salad, like a proper good salad, packed to the brim with loads and loads of stuff and like stacked up super high. Don't just think like iceberg lettuce, that is absolutely not the case. And I'm gonna be enjoying some avocado, some leftover like new potatoes and baby carrots and all amazing stuff. And I've got this fantastic cashew dressing, which is pre-made, and the recipe for that is below. I would highly recommend this dressing to anyone. It's super simple to make and it really takes your salad to the next level and adds even more nutrients to this wonderful, amazing meal. I'm also going to add on some hummus as well, because no salad is complete without hummus. It's time for some snacks, y'all. Time for some snacks. Is there anything better than strawberries on a summer's day? Yeah! Bless the water in it. Watermelon is mostly water. There's only love and light within that melon. Thank you very much. Put this other fruit away. Am I in? And melon. Melon's also amazing. Can we just take a second to appreciate the back of this t-shirt? Isn't that so cool? Oops. So this book, which I've helpfully taken the cover off, this book, the Wim Hof Method. So if you haven't heard of Wim Hof before, he is also known as the Iceman because he sits in very, very, very cold places and he dunks himself into ice water and he does all kinds of like super cool stuff. And basically what he is in a nutshell is someone who proves what the body can achieve and the power of mind over matter. So I first came across Wim Hof in a podcast with Russell Brand, and I would highly recommend that you check it out. You can search it on YouTube, and he's done a bunch since with Wim. And Wim is just this really cool person. Like I instantly warmed to him because he's just this like genuine, super chilled out guy who's obviously had some really tragic and awful things happen in his life, but he's overcome them. And what really comes across in this book, which I wasn't expecting, is his voice. I thought it would be a kind of more polished version of his voice because he's a very unusual person. Like the way he speaks and the way he speaks about things, he's very just down to earth and interesting, and he goes off on tangents and he's talking all kinds of stuff. And I thought the book would be like a super polished version of that, but it isn't. Like you can really hear his voice, you can almost hear him saying the words to you. So if you have heard of Wim, you love what he does, definitely check out his book because it is fantastic. One of the things I love about this book is that even if you haven't heard of him, it gives a really great introduction to who he is, the world records that he's achieved, and all the fantastic stuff that he's done, like running across the desert in Namibia, I think, without drinking any water, and he ran for like 2 days or 3 days or something ridiculous. He climbed up to like Everest in his shorts and things like this. So he's done like loads of cool stuff, and he is constantly showing and challenging scientists who have done things like injecting him with a virus only to have him say, that won't affect me. And they're like, yes it will, because we're literally injecting it into your bloodstream. And he's like, so I'll tell my body not to be ill. And then when he's not ill and there's no signs of the virus in his body, scientists are like, oh. I love that he challenges this mainstream view. I love that he shows the power of our minds and our bodies. And one of the things that he's always talking about is the power of cold exposure. So he talks about taking a cold shower each day and just building up your tolerance to this cold, and how your body will just beautifully adapt to those conditions. So we cover ourselves in clothes, we have the heating on, we bundle up our children in warm clothes and things. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that, but we are quite desensitized to the natural world. And so our cardiovascular system isn't tuned in to make those changes that we then need it to make when we get stressed, when we get cold, you know, all these different stresses that we experience in our life. So actually going through this cold exposure stuff and getting your body used to dealing with these external stresses helps your cardiovascular system to, you know, expand, contract, and just like any other, you know, muscle in the body, just train itself so that when you are stressed, when you are even cold, you can cope with it in a much better way. And I have certainly found that I remember distinctly that years ago when I first came across Wim, that I was standing at a train station and I was freezing cold. And I remember the words that he said in his podcast to whoever it was. It might have been Russell Brand or someone else. And he'd said, just be cold. And I remember thinking those words in my head as I was like shivering and I had like 4 coats on. And I was like, okay, just be cold. And just letting your body just, you know, be cold and feel it and really be exposed to it and just be like, okay, well, this is my body being cold. And I just stopped shivering. And it was a distinct light bulb moment for me when I thought, I am in control of this, you know, I am in control of this body. Just because I thought in my mind, I'm fine. Just let the body do what it's doing. The body knows how to deal with the cold if we just let it figure it out. It just kind of took over and took charge and was perfectly fine. And I stopped shivering, I stopped being freezing cold, and this really was the time where I just was like, wow, like what he's saying is amazing. And it personally resonates with me because obviously, I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but for me, I overcame a, you know, chronic illness, and I credit this, you know, mind over matter situation for that, and obviously my whole food plant-based diet, my meditation practice, all of that stuff that goes with it. But crucially, I really found that I made the decision to get better, and that's what pushed me forward and helped me to get better. And so this is really what he represents. So I've taken the cover off because I love it when you have a hardcover book and you don't have the cover on it. So yeah, like I definitely recommend this book. I haven't finished it yet. I've literally only got like this far in and I'm already just like absolutely loving it. But I love the fact that he makes no apologies for who he is. He talks about his life story and how he was always weird growing up and he decided to just be weird, and that's cool. And I love that, because I often feel like the outsider in a room. I'm sure like if you're watching this and resonating with this, you do too. And so I love the fact that he unapologetically says that like people who are naysayers and just not bothered and not interested, they can go away, because he knows what's right and he knows what's true in his heart. And so I love that, and I love that he preaches that as well. The other thing is, I did go through a spell of doing cold showers. I stopped because I wasn't that committed to doing. And reading this book again has really just got me thinking that I wanted to get back into it. So I literally read the book, and the next day I started doing the cold showers again, and it's just like, it's so cool. Just try it. And I know it's weird, and he even goes into detail in the book like how to cope with it and how to just, you know, how your body will be like and then it just gets used to it. But it's a fascinating thing to just watch your body perform almost, because if you just quickly turn the shower down to cold, and I mean like cold, you'll be like and then if you just imagine yourself as an observer and just watch your body, you can almost feel your body like expand and contract and do all the things that it needs to do in order to react to that stressor. And as he said in the book, it's not just about the cold showers, and it's not just about the benefit to your cardiovascular system. It is about the fact that the cold shower is an external stressor, and as human beings we are constantly in contact with external stressors. It doesn't matter what that is, whether that's someone beeping at you in the traffic, whether that's someone shouting at you, whether that's arguments, whether that's relationship challenges. These are all external stressors, and so it's this way of gearing your mind towards the fact that it can't touch you and you can cope with it. So I just think it's a really powerful tool. I've certainly been feeling the benefits of it. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep doing the cold showers, because I just think it's amazing and it's fascinating, and it wakes me up. Like if you do it in the morning, it's like, holy crap, it's like and you really it really wakes you up. It really reminds you how awesome your body is, what you're capable of if you just give yourself the chance. And also, if you tune this in and really believe that you can do it, then you will also see the benefits. So check out his book, it's awesome. And yeah, check Wim out, because he is amazing. He's a lovely, wonderful human being. So even if you don't want to get the book, look at his podcast and his videos, because he's done some really cool stuff. And I'd highly recommend watching the video that he did with a YouTube channel called Yes Theory. That was actually shown to me by my partner, and I would definitely check it out, because that really shows how people can go from being skeptics to true believers. So I'll put a link to that below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed this random day in the life, weekend in the life video. And yeah, check out Wim. I'll put everything that I've mentioned in the links below, and please give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon.